All right, what's up, world? Wake y'all asses up. This is another episode of King of DeBerrys podcast coming back to y'all once again with a very familiar face. Well, y'all didn't see the face last time. They didn't see the face last time.
They didn't see the face last time.
It was just an audio, but we coming back with my boy Tresvon Pratt back in the building.
Yes, sir.
He aimed up right now, and what I'm gonna have him do is talk about his business and everything in a second. But we coming back to y'all once again, man, because we got some stuff we want to discuss with everybody. Absolutely. And before we actually get into that, go ahead, talk a little bit about your business, man. Tell them about what you do.
So AIM, always improving the man. It's all about your mindset, man. Here we build the mindset for success and self-development. And I'm a mindset coach, and I realize how pivotal it is, how significant it is to get your mind right and instill in yourself certain principles to be successful in whatever area of life, whether you want to be an entrepreneur, career, college, business, finances, and personal, self-development, relationship, whatever. It all stems up here as a mindset, man. So I realized how important this was, and now it's my purpose. I gotta put this out to the masses.
Yeah, and I've been tapped in with AIM and with him for a couple of years. What was it, like 2019? 2019, man. I've been going out to the meetings that they was having out there, getting plugged in with the system, the people. I done made like great relationship and networking connections.
Yes.
So y'all definitely make sure y'all follow him. I'll put the information down at the bottom, the description of the video, so y'all can go follow him.
Yes,
but with him being like a mindset coach and working on the mind and everything, I was like, yo, Trey, like, what should we talk about? And he was like, yo, perspectives. So Trey, like, what does perspective like mean to you?
Perspective is everything to me. Perspective is just like a synonym for mindset. It's how you view things. It's how you perceive things, how you take things. Do you take things personally? Do you take things, are you radical? Are you pessimistic or optimistic? All of this is in your perspective. Do you think negatively? Do you talk negatively towards yourself? Do you look at the world as a crazy place, chaos, is hell on earth? Or do you look at the world as it's beautiful, it's magic, and it's all types of love out here? That's your perspective. Is the glass half empty or the glass half full? So, yeah, perspective is, it's just like a synonym for mindset. It's how you perceive things.
Yeah, I like that. And the thing about perspective is your perspective can always change. Your perspective can always change. Every time I think about perspective, it takes me back to the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Plug.
Yeah, plug. Yo, that's a great book. All my entrepreneur or anybody that deal with like people on a regular basis, go check that book out.
Yes.
But in one of the chapters in there, it talked about how the author was on a train and this guy came and sat like right behind him on the train, and his kids was running up and down the aisles, like just being all loud, and everybody on the train was complaining and everything about that. And then the author was like, you know what, like I got fed up, I had enough, and I went over to talk to the guy. He was like, hey, excuse me, do you mind calming your kids down? So he was frustrated. And then the guy was like, yo, I'm so sorry, but we just got on the train and I just found out their mom passed away, and I don't know how to break it down to him. And instantly, it's nothing that really changed other than he found out that person's story. And now his perspective changed. So he went from being frustrated to having compassion and empathy for the guy. Like, dang, like, yo, that's sad. And so he ended up started sitting down talking to the guy, found out about the situation. And then he was like, yo, man, let the kids run. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let them run, yo, because it's not that big of a deal. And that's when I always think about perspective. When I try to get a perspective on something, I want to get like the whole picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we just working with like a corner of the puzzle, thinking we got the whole thing figured out. Yes. And we don't. It's just we just got a little corner, and we think this is fact. We think this is the whole puzzle. But no, we got thousands of other pieces that's laid around.
Absolutely.
And so with that, man, it was just that made something that triggered something with me where I was like, yeah, I'm going to have my perspective. I'm going to have how I feel. But now I want to get an understanding of what's really going on with the other person, or whether with the situation. Like, yo, let me get all of the things that I could get to come up with like a clear picture, so I can get a clear idea of like how I feel or what I want to do or anything like that. So for me, perspective is like your thoughts, your feelings, why you feel that way, but then also trying to get understanding of the whole situation. So that's what I was thinking about, like with perspective. Every time somebody talked to me about that, I always think about that book. And I read that book like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it just, that always stuck with me, man. The fact like, yo, everybody going through something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's awesome because your experiences shape and mold your perspective.
Yep.
So you see a lot of people, and I probably don't need to use this example, but you see a lot of people in impoverished neighborhoods and poverty situations who have a negative mindset or perspective towards money versus the ones who was raised, who was shown the abundance side. They have more of a positive perspective on money. They know what you can do with it. Your experiences shape and mold your perspective.
Yeah.
Your experiences shape and mold your perspective, and that's a great example.
Yeah, it is, man. And me and Trey, we just came from an event earlier today, man. It was a dope event. We're gonna put was it Hansrva?
Yep.
Hansrva. We'll put that information down at the bottom. We definitely thank them for allowing us to come out and interact with the seniors at a high school. And one of the things I was trying to tell them in regards to perspective is like, yo, you got to get outside your bubble.
Yep.
You got to get outside of Richmond. You got to travel. Do it as much as you can when you're younger. Get different experiences.
Exactly.
So that way now, because that stuff changed your perspective. I remember another little plug, right?
Yeah,
so I'm sitting there at the bank I used to work at, and I'm talking to them, and I'm like, yeah, like, yo, high school was crazy, wasn't it? They're like, yeah, it was a little crazy. I'm like, man, yo, all the fights we used to have, like, yo, fights every other day. People bringing guns up to the school and stuff. I'm like, yo, it's wild, right?
Right.
They was like, what you mean? They went like, these white people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, what you mean bring guns to the school? Like, I'm like, what? Y'all ain't had that same situation?
Yeah.
They're like, no. Like, yo, people might got like swirlies or something. You know what a swirly is?
Yeah.
Somebody might get a swirly, you know what I'm saying, picked on, bullied or whatever. But it wasn't a ton of fights. It wasn't people bringing guns up to the school. It wasn't a bunch of people like everybody that seen drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a normal experience. But from my perspective, because I grew up with it, it's normal.
It's normal to us.
So I mean, I was trying to tell the kids, man, like, yo, like, I was giving them little nuggets, but the biggest thing is like, yo, get outside this bubble. Get outside this bubble, because what we experience here at like certain high schools or certain schools is not the normal. This is not a normal way to live.
Yes.
But our perspective will have us say, oh, it's normal for like, yo, people being jumped and stuff on a daily basis. Yo, that's just part of the game.
That's just how it is.
It's not like that.
It's not.
Outside of these areas. So
Right.
I told them like, yo, man, travel, go get different experiences, man, and it'll change your perspective. So when you come back here, you be like, yo, man, this is not right.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Hansrva Foundation. That is a nonprofit here in Richmond, Virginia. You guys definitely need to tune into it.
Absolutely.
Again, links and stuff will be in the description. Follow them, see what they do. They also give out on Instagram every Wednesday. They give different grants for college, for transitioning students that's going to college, or if you're looking into going to college. They have all types of grants. I know we talk about it, I know we hear about it all the time, that there's all types of grants out there that you can get. But I don't know where to look for a grant.
No.
I don't know who to talk to. Okay, go to the Hansrva Foundation. They put out a different grant every Wednesday. So that's a big plug. And again, we want to thank them for having us there, because we're all about giving back to the youth and talking to them. And it was amazing how receptive these youngins were, these young adults were. And what I did is I created a game. I created Aim Jeopardy, which
it was dope.
We're gonna play. We're gonna play that one time.
Yeah.
But I created Aim Jeopardy, and what this was is it tested that mindset.
Oh, I just thought about it. I can't play you. You know all the answers.
I'm gonna be the host.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we gotta get somebody else. I just think I was like, yo, how many people you know all the answers? Yo?
I'm gonna be the host. I created the game as a little cheat code. Right?
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But them kids, they know more than what they think they know, and they're receptive. They want to learn more. They want to be taught about money. They want to be taught about, mindset and how to succeed. They want to be taught about entrepreneurship. Most of the time, it's not fronted to them as an option.
Yeah.
So when you have some people, especially the ones that look like you, coming to you to tell you about the stuff, they want to know. They are so receptive about it. So from that point alone, it changes their perspective by talking to different people. Talking to people who have been through something, learn from someone else, learn from somebody else's experiences, because that adds on to you. If you have empathy and are willing to listen, you can learn anything from anybody, man.
Yeah.
You can learn from anybody, man. You can learn from anybody.
That's what I do.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
A great man learns from his experiences. A wise man learns from the experiences
of others. Yep.
Be the wise one.
Yeah.
Because you got yours and others that you're building on. Right? So definitely, man, it's all about your perspective. And your perspective grows. You have more patience. The more you learn, the more you experience, the more your horizons are stretched, the more patience you have, the more understanding you have, the more clarity you have on what it is that you're supposed to do, what you want for your life. If you've never seen anything outside of what you see on the regular, then you'll never know what the other side looks like. It'll always be a guess. It'll always be a wonder. And you'll start to find comfort in your discomfort. You'll find something that you can attach to, even though you truly don't want to be there, or you don't like this. You'll still find something that you can grasp onto and cling yourself to, versus going for what it is that you actually want. How do you know what you want if you don't never look?
How do you know what you want if you ain't got different experiences?
Exactly.
Not with everything.
Not with everything, but
yeah.
But if you never look, how do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know? And your perspective, what you see, what you're going for, is all up in there. You got to take account of that. Like, that's your perspective. You have full control over that. If you don't like your environment, guess what? You can change your environment. You can change your environment. If you don't like the people around you, you can change the people around you. If you don't like certain situations, you can change them situations. You have this power. You don't like the way you think about something, you can change the way you think.
Absolutely.
For real, you have power. You have control. You're a creator. Create the life that you want.
Yo, talk to him. Give him the game. Give him the game, man. The other thing, man, positivity, yo. Yo, a positive attitude carry you a long, long way, man. And I mean, I can't tell you how that, which attitude to have or whatever. But I'm just saying, when you have a positive attitude, kind of like that cup half empty, cup half full. Yo, if you view that cup half full, man, you be like, shoot, I can make a living. I can make something happen with this. Right. And cup half empty, you be like, yo, man, how I'm gonna make this happen? Like, it's all about the belief in yourself. You know what I'm saying? The confidence in yourself. And the more confidence you start to build up in yourself, from what I witnessed, people have more of a positive attitude towards themselves and towards others.
Yes.
So when you start building up, like if you don't have a good attitude, you might gotta look into yourself first and figure out like, yo, what is it within me where like I'm always angry, I'm always mad and things like that. So you might gotta switch your perspective from the outside to look inward and figure out like, yo, man, what's going on with me? Why do I take everything so personally? Why do I always procrastinate? Yes. Why do I always, not do what I'm supposed to do, keep my word? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You gotta look within yourself and you gotta take accountability for yourself. And then that way you're able to grow from there, man. Because, yo, hey, you only get one life, and you know whose life it is? It's your life. It's nobody else. Like, nobody else can live your life for you. When I started really thinking about that, man, I started thinking like, I remember I went to, I was working at a construction. I had a construction job, and I was working at a nursing home, and I was making good money. Between the both of those, and like I was kind of content, and I was like, yo, like I'll figure out what I want to do like later on. And I remember my mom came to me. She like, yo, Paul, like you need to get you like a corporate job or something, like a desk job. And then the guy at the construction company, and he was looking out for me. He like, yo, Paul, let me tell you something. If you ain't planning on starting your own construction company, you need to try to find something else. It's just gonna beat your body up and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either learn from me or you need to find you something else. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, you know what? Maybe I do need to get a corporate job. And I did it, and I don't regret it. But that's me doing something for other people. When I think about my life now, and I was like, man, if I just would have just did what I was doing, I had more freedom of time because, you know, you get done construction work at 2:30. And then I had, or 2:30, 3:30, somewhere around there. Then I was only working the nursing home certain evenings. So like most of the evenings I had free. I could have been doing my own thing for myself, building my own business. And I think that was the road I was starting to go down. But then I was like, you know what? Nah, man, I need to get me a corporate job and desk and everything. And so I learned a lot from it. But looking back now, I was doing something because society was telling me, oh, you should do this. You know what I'm saying? Or parents telling you, you should do this. And they telling you from a good, they telling you from a good place. You know, they care about you, they love you. And if that's your path, then yo, do that. But if that's not your path and you feel called to do something else, man, you gotta do it because you only got one life, man. We be talking about all the time. Like I talk about death a little bit because of the industry that I'm in, you know, but I always talk, I'm glad that's always in the back of my mind because first off, it made me appreciate people. It made me really figure out what's really important. Is this really important? Like if I don't wake up tomorrow, is this really important to waste time on? You know what I'm saying? Spend time on, like, yo, does it make sense? And so when I started having that perspective of like valuing life and valuing time, it changed so much stuff for me, man. And then also working on myself and my confidence. That's part of the reason why I left the job, man. And started working on my own because it was like, yo, I'm 30. I was 31 at the time. I'm like, man, I'm 31. Like the average life expectancy about 80. Yo, I'm almost halfway through life. And my most energetic time of life is passing me by. And yo, perspective change. Yo, it's time for me to go and try to live the life I want, man. And Trey will tell you, man, like I need to be working a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? But I am working, but yeah, I can put a little bit more work in. But I've been traveling and doing things, man. I didn't travel more in this last year and a half, 2 years in my whole life. Cause I got free. I took the chance and went after freedom. You know what I'm saying? And bet on myself. And I was like, man, I cannot keep wasting another day doing something that's not my passion anymore, man. I made my right financial moves. I saved up. I did this stuff. Now is the time. It's the time, man. And like when I had that perspective change, it's like, oh, I cannot take another day at work. I can't do it. And I was scared and all of that type of stuff, but it's been the best thing that ever happened to me. And to bring it back towards perspective, like when you keep putting the work in on yourself, you start feeling better about yourself, you start making better financial decisions, you know, you start treating people better. You'll see how your perspective and everything starts to change because you're changing. You're changing. You as a person are changing, so you can't think the same. Like, I'm not gonna think the same as I was when I was 18 that I am now. I got a whole 12 years, however much it is, life expectancy that 14 years. I don't know, and I'm supposed to be the finance guy. 14 years of life experiences that had happened from when I was 18 to now. There's no way I can think the same as I did back then. So all of that being said, man, yo, you work on yourself, you continue to treat people good, get your money and stuff right, your perspective is going to automatically change, yo. And get around good people like this brother right here, man. I'm telling y'all.
Like this one. I'm telling y'all, man, it is that powerful. Your perspective you have control over it, and once you change it for the better towards what it is that you actually want, that's when things will start aligning with you. That's when things will start attracting to you. That's when things will change for the better, because the change starts within.
Yep.
So if you change your perspective and how you view things, then what you view starts to change.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I like ending it on that note, man. That was a good way to end it. But look, man, make sure y'all tap in with my boy Trey. We're gonna have all the information down at the bottom. Hines Foundation.
Yes.
Information down at the bottom, man. And y'all make sure y'all plug in. I got more stuff, more content coming soon. But y'all take care. Have a good day. Peace.